We're talking about how traders can control their emotions with Daniel Jackson. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Howard. How are you?
Good. Daniel, you're an active trader. You run the Attic Man Trader blog, and you really look a lot about how you deal with your own emotions in trading. Could you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think one of the reasons that I set up the blog was in order to be able to record my trading history. The whole of my trading history is effectively recorded on that blog. And it gives me the ability to understand how I was feeling when I placed a trade. It gives me the ability to understand what the markets were doing. And effectively, it gives me the ability to control certain parts of the emotional piece with regards to trading that can sometimes be quite hard to deal with. For example, something like setting a stop, making sure that you've set that stop at the right level and that you stick to it. If you see in your historic trading that sometimes you have problems with that, it focuses the mind. And I think it's very important that you absolutely keep a trading journal.
Interesting. Why is that?
Well, if you can learn from what you've done in the past, then you can improve in the future. I think there are a lot of traders out there that have probably got some of the basic techniques in order to be able to be successful, but if you don't deal with an issue or an emotion that you might have had historically, then it can become a problem. Myself, personally, I suffer from what's called subconscious profit protection syndrome, which might be otherwise called pulling the trigger. And I understand that happens after a period of wins. I get very protective over the account, and subsequently I suffer from this syndrome.
So you're a little too cautious sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely, and much rather be that than too risky. But keeping the journal and keeping everything recorded and enabling me to sort of see what I was thinking, how I was thinking, enables me to deal with that. And also identify it, actually, more importantly than anything else. I blog about it, I talk to people about it, I get some comments on people that have that, have got pulling the trigger issue, and it helps me to understand how to deal with it.
How about people who have the opposite problem? People who just say, "Oh man, I'm really on a roll here. Let's keep going. Forget it. The stops can wait until later," or something like that. How can they deal with it? Put a harder stop in, or what? Well,
I think people that trade like that eventually will come to a point where they can't trade anymore. I think if you don't take appropriate risk protection, then at some point your account will get blown out. And I think maybe it's a learning curve. Maybe it's a mindset that some people need to deal with in order to protect their trading. Myself, I've always been relatively risk averse. I've understood that to trade and to be successful, you need to be in the game. Rule number one, you need to be in the game. And in order to be able to do that, you need to have a trading account. Too much risk will eventually see that trading account disappear into the pockets of the spread bettors over here and the brokers over there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've been speaking with Daniel Jackson on the MoneyShow.com video network.